What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode. Today is day 2 of SEMA 2024, and what we're going to be looking at is more incredible builds. We're going to start off at the Central Hall because what I started off yesterday was actually at the West Hall. What I wanted to do today was to capture the vehicles that caught my eye yesterday and to kind of go over it with nobody around, because when you have an exhibitor pass, you're able to come in before any of the spectators and all that stuff. So we're going to look at some of the interesting builds. One thing that caught my eye yesterday was definitely the Hoosier booth. As you can see here, Hoosier has made what they're known for, right? They're known for being a track tire, but they're actually catering to more of a road tire. You can see right here, this is the first time they've introduced one of a street tire, and actually it competes with a lot of other companies. But you can see this build here, it has a good representation of a track and also street, right? Half the car looks like a track build, and when you look on the other side, it definitely looks like a track car, right? Between the carbon fiber accents, the wrap, and then the huge massive spoiler from Beamer World. So this was something that definitely really caught my eye. All right, so we have Lon from SoCal Euros, and what really got you into doing these events for the community?
Well, interestingly, when I started, it was basically like web forums.
Okay.
There was no Facebook, there's no MySpace, and so we were doing these little mini events throughout like the San Diego area, Orange County, LA, and everybody's doing their own little thing. And so I kind of started something where we could all once a year kind of like meet up in one place and meet other people that you just see online. Yeah,
and what it is, I think I could add to that, it's like bringing the car community together, adding the Instagram handles to the face and also to their builds, right? Because when you get to meet people that you've been following for quite a while, it's kind of cool to share that experience in person. But you guys throw events throughout the West Coast, obviously California, right?
Right, and I'll be honest, as a fan of the Beamer Invasion stuff, you guys have a lot of the same philosophies. So, I mean, to me, it's like it's part of the same car community, and I really love what you guys have been bringing.
No, I appreciate it, and it's always good to collab with other shows because it's not about one brand. It's not about just one type of organization. It's about bringing that car culture back. And I mentioned in the previous episode is that when you look around at all these cars that are being modified or new products out there, car culture is not dead. So it's good for people like him and also what we do to bring the car community together, and also for us, the BMW community.
That's like 100%. So that what you just said makes me even more solidified on why I love the Beamer Invasion group. And basically, the more car events that we could do together and be friends with, the better the whole culture and community is.
Yep.
And because the reality is every car guy wants to find a weekend that there's a cool event going on, and you can't just have one cool event. It has to be continuous, right?
Yeah.
So.
And the easiest way for people to follow your events is through Instagram, I'm assuming?
Yep, big_Euro.
Okay, so definitely check them out. And then, hopefully I'll be able to make it to one of these shows. I know traveling with having a kid, in the past year is difficult, so we'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, to finish up, just everybody, we know that Irwindale is going away, so for SoCal is going to change. We got a new location. I believe you guys are going to be finding a new location, so I'm excited for what we do next year.
So something that's been very controversial has been the RWB builds. This is something that a lot of people either tastefully like or the ones that don't like. But as you can see, they actually have a really impressive setup. As you walk around, I haven't really seen any other booths that actually has the RWB all set up, and they have a decent amount here. They have 3, which is very, very unique to look at. But obviously you guys know these are an acquired taste, and these come from all across the United States. This guy's from New York. I'm really glad they actually chose various different color schemes. This guy's from Washington. So this is probably the hall I should probably checked out yesterday. I focused mainly on the central hall, but I love wheels, guys. And right behind me is MV Forge wheels. They've come to our events at Beamer Invasion, so it's good to see their setup here at SEMA. But when you look around, you're talking about eye-catching wheels. And I'm gonna show you guys some of the wheels right now, but I don't know, maybe in the future, let's throw some wheels on. Yeah, but when you look at these wheels from MV Forge, you can look around, it's eye-catching. I know they have been a big sponsor of some of the other influencers, right? But something that really catches my eye, I like this whole look. Full carbon fiber, forged carbon fiber, incredible to look at, super aggressive, and they're known for being leading industry. Introduce yourself to the channel.
Hi guys, my name is David and I'm the CEO of MV Forge and AL13 Wheels.
And I was telling the vlog, like when you look at the quality of wheels, look at the type of fitment you guys have.
Yeah.
The fitment is something that is probably true to your heritage, right?
Yep.
Because a lot of time goes involved to making sure the measurements are right, because who wants to spend money on wheels and have a spacer on, right?
Exactly. So pretty much like, you know, when it comes to aftermarket custom forged wheels, your fitment is like your recipe, like a chef, right? So like everyone can just, you know, burn the steak, but that little touches, you know, the little measurements of the different recipes and all that, you know, little spices here and there is what makes it different. So fitment is king for us. We have a huge fitment library. We're very anal about it. If something is, you know, we look at a car and sometimes some people think it's perfect, we're still like, let's go a mil more.
Yeah.
So that's really important for us because you're getting a bespoke wheel, and to get a bespoke wheel, you should never have a car that has a tuck wheel. You have to run spacers. You're paying big money. It doesn't make any sense, right?
And when you look around, right, like there's a ton of car enthusiasts, right? Car culture is not dead, right?
No, definitely not. I think if anything is growing even more, especially with these times and, you know, social media and the events like Beamer Invasion is coming out real strong. I mean, I'm an old school Beamer guy myself. I'm diehard BMW, so for me to see what you guys are doing and bringing the culture back, and not only that, even the OEM manufacturers are coming out with badass chassis. I mean, a 340i M, you know, is doing killer, you know, power just by doing a little bit of mods to it. So yeah, the culture is growing. Everybody is, you know, getting more involved. Even the exotic culture is growing.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many aftermarket parts for exotics. I mean, there's even parts now for like, you know, hypercars now. So definitely growing. Yeah, I agree with you.
And then as a business owner, right, what motivates you to keep on being on top of your game?
What motivates me is honestly, I tell everybody that in this industry, if you're doing it for the money, I don't think you're going to succeed. That's really the reality of it. I do it because it's passion for me. I'm very passionate about cars. I grew up with cars. My dad, you know, got me really involved with the BMW market. Even when I was a kid, barely looking over the dash and looking, oh, look at that, you know, E30 M3, look at that E36 M3. That was my dream car.
Exactly.
That's what sparked me. And, you know, yeah, now that, you know, I got, you know, successful and everything, I bought my dream car, E46 M3, Alpine White Cinnamon 6MT.
Yep.
I park it, I look at it, I'm getting my E30 M3, I'm getting all these cars. That's really what the pride is because I'm looking at my younger self will be proud of me for where I'm at right now. So that's really the motivation.
I think for me, what really got my eye into BMW was the E46 M3. Once I saw that car, the body lines and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I want to get a BMW. So I could feel how you feel about that. That was being your dream car.
Yeah.
But to see all this stuff and see your brand, you know, showcasing some of these exotic cars that you don't see normally, right? It's cool to see.
So that's the thing, like we really wanted, like I got so passionate, like you said, I got passionate. The BMW was the introduction to the passion, right? And then I go from there to starting a company and doing it, and you know, keep working and scaling. And then the creativity became the new passion. Okay, now I want to start creating. I want to manufacture. So we started manufacturing in-house years ago, and we have a phenomenal team. We got engineers.
Your media team is solid too.
Thank you, appreciate that. We have a solid media team. I mean, honestly, it's all about the team. It's not me at all. I don't take any credit for where we're at. It's everyone together. And for me, like I said, it's creating a really high-end wheel for really high-end vehicles. I'm really that's really passionate for me to put our wheels on these type of vehicles. But now I want to get back to where my roots are. So we actually came out with the MV Forge Plus series for the BMW guys. We got a design that just dropped, the MVF5s. That comes in a vertical forge technology. We're gonna have G80, G82, G87 in stock, off the shelf, ready to go.
And that's some of the biggest markets too right now.
It's the biggest markets, and instead of spending $15,000, $20,000, even upwards of $35,000 for carbon wheels, we're bringing a wheel that's under $3,000 for these guys. So
very affordable.
I'm trying to get back in that scene. I want to hit the European market really heavy, especially the BMW market. So if you guys go to Beamer Invasion, you'll definitely start seeing more MV4s and AL13 there.
And we've seen a lot already at the last show at LA. And the good thing that you didn't go because it was way too hot.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll see you at another show.
The first one I missed was, I think, Orlando. My sales manager was like, dude, it was pouring. And then the second one I missed, it was just hot. So you guys are drowning people, I'm burning them up,
burning
right?
people up.
So no, but next one, I'm always gone on those dates, but next one I'm definitely booking. We're gonna be there. We're gonna go to your guys' new one. I think
in West Palm, yeah.
West Palm. I'll probably be there. I've never been to Florida, so it'll be my first time. It's a good experience to go there.
Yeah.
And then you guys are doing hopefully promoting Fairplex, right?
Yeah. And you guys are kind of hearing a teaser right now. So if you guys are hearing this now, we have the final meetings coming up, and then we're gonna make it official. But yeah, absolutely. But it was good to talk to the owner of MV Forge and seeing the build, seeing the story behind and what motivates him.
Yep.
But when you look at this is incredible. Car culture is not dead, guys.
No, definitely not. 100% it's not. You're going to see more of it years to come,
Exactly.
So we'll keep it moving. Oh, that's nice.
What do we have going on here?
So this is what we're releasing right now. This is pretty much the final pre-release of the MVF5 that I was speaking about earlier for the we're really catering to the BMW European market. Exotics as well, we can do those. We can do Porsche. A lot of Porsche guys. I know a lot of BMW guys like to upgrade to Porsches. I don't know if I call it upgrade, but add to their collection, right?
It's the next step, I guess, in the car world.
I would say we all appreciate German engineering, right?
Exactly.
So, but this is the MVF5s coming out now. What's really unique is that we have a new Corsa series that just came out, and the Corsa series feature is pretty much we want to elongate the spoke as big as possible. So we did an overhang, right? And I can actually show you that over here. This is what that design looks like in a 3-piece forge wheel. So this is the Corsa series. What we call this is a CR15. It has this undercut right here. We have special tooling just to do that, proprietary to us. So we have this undercut that elongates the spoke so it looks bigger, right?
Yeah.
We hate wheels that look too small in the car.
Exactly.
Short spokes don't look good. So we want to maximize that diameter as much as possible to really look good. So we implemented the same feature in the MVF5, which is not really, I've never seen a wheel in a flow form market
it's a classic 5-spoke too, but also a special touch to it.
Correct, exactly. And what's really cool is that even our famous 4-piece cap, we brought it in a 3-piece version for the MV Force Plus series, so you can actually upgrade these wheels to these caps. We have multiple colors. You can do red, black. You can do forged carbon, twill carbon to match your aftermarket parts. You can do it in dryer gloss. So we have many options, different bolt colors. So that's really cool.
And these are readily available on shelf, so there's no wait time for people.
There's no wait time. All this stuff is going to be right off the shelf. It's and we can even do bespoke fitment. If somebody has like a little bit, they want to do a little bit wider than the average, 20 by 10, 20 by 11. We have these wheels from 8.5 all the way to 12.5.
Okay.
So we treated this program just like our forge wheel program. So we wanted to have the flexibility of pretty much doing any fitment that we want. Right?
Gotcha.
So, but at a really cheap, a quarter of the price of the forge version.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. And these are flow forge, right?
These are flow forge, what we call vertical forging, because what people need to understand, there's 2 types of flow forming process. There's a horizontal machine. The horizontal takes a lot longer. This is probably the first technology when flow forming came out is horizontally.
Okay.
They have the flame and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It looks fancy in videos from people, some brands that market with that flame.
Correct.
That's not the way it's supposed to be done. The way that the Japanese invented was vertical forging. So it's heat treated, so you can get the almost like 661 T6 properties.
Yep.
And then after that is flowed vertically. It gives you a better center of gravity. It gives you a better run out on the barrel.
And strength integrity too, right?
Strength integrity is a lot better. It's a lighter wheel doing that. It's a lot faster. We can get production times in the factories a lot faster. So these are made in Taiwan, not China. They're made in the same factories as, I'm not going to really say it, but big brands.
Yeah, exactly.
Big brands, yeah.
Exactly.
Big
So
Japanese brands.
quality is there.
Well, there is no better flow form factory in the world as far as this factory. What's also cool is that these wheels are going to have knurling on both of the sides standard.
Okay.
So a lot of you performance guys that want a wheel that's under $3,000 and you want to run some power on the back, there's knurling. So that'll help the tire grip, right? So
Yeah.
knurling is like these slots that we machine.
Correct.
That way the tire doesn't spin when you're putting some power down. So
Because that happens too, like especially when you first throw on a tire. That issue with, I guess, the grease they put on could have that issue where the tire kind of like rotates a little bit more than the
starts
tire.
rotating.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. We sponsor a lot of drift guys with other brands that we own under the Wheel Image umbrella, but they love the knurling because it stops the tire from spinning, right?
Correct.
So I know. I've been noticing a lot that these cars are, especially the new G classes and
They're pushing power.
The F-Series, they're pushing power, man, and for a cheap price.
Yeah.
Back in my day, an S54 was like holy crap, and
The 500 horsepower was like you're a god at that time.
Dude, yeah, we're like, oh, we're gonna get 350, 400, 500 horsepower.
Yeah, you're the biggest man on the market. Yeah, exactly.
So that's back in our day, but but yeah, now you can get a lot of power for very little money. So we say that, hey, if you want to spend less amount than the forge wheel, we should still give you that capabilities of running that, that
Correct.
capabilities and the performance that you're gonna add to the car. So.
And then eventually, if you guys want to graduate, you go to the forge wheels and maybe the full carbon wheels, which is very impressive to see.
Yep.
So again, guys, they cater to everybody on the spectrum between the high and also the more affordable wheels.
Yep. Even our Heritage Series, I'm really excited actually this year about the Heritage Series. The Heritage Series, I'll bring it over here. So this is one of my favorite designs. It's called the HS20, and then on the F40 over here, HS21. Similar super mesh design, bringing back to the old school, old motorsport DNA. That's what the Heritage Series is about. When I was a kid, wanting to run BBSs on on an M3, that was big for me. So the Heritage Series, I'm bringing back that, like I said, that the motorsport DNA, but with the modern techniques, the modern tooling, the modern programming, surfacing that we do. We add a little bit better cuts to bring it elevated. You can actually run different style caps. You can run our 3-piece center lock style cap. You can run our 4-piece cap. You can run our standard 2-piece cap if you want to keep it simple. And we also have a full billet aluminum engraved cap if you want to keep it really old school.
Yeah.
And then this is obviously from my BMW roots, just like when you had like when you got an E92 M3 or an M, you get the M badge. So we added a Heritage badge. So
And this kind of actually catches my eye because that kind of reminds me of like the E36 M3, kind of like Heritage.
Oh yeah. We actually have another design that's really inspired by the E34 M5 too. Okay. So a lot of our designs is inspired by a lot of the OEM, old era BMW designs, right? So that's really where this brand came to life. But this series came to life, but we're doing like I said, more modern techniques. This is really simple wheel. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's just a disc wheel. I see a lot of those, but the difference is this is elevated and you have pocketing from the back. So the way that it's machined on the back is fully pocketed. I mean, nothing.
Wow,
yeah. So we're doing a lot more milling.
I think that looks good.
Do you know he's a BMW guy?
I know.
Oh yeah. I think they know that now too. So
they know about
and then what's really cool is that these wheels come with titanium hardware. We don't use a lot of people on the hardware. They're using like a stud with a nut. All our stuff is custom titanium grade 5 serrated bolt. So that way we don't have to use two pieces, a stud and a nut. This gives us a lot better torque. And,
it's impressive to look at the rear, but when you look at the back too, it's even more impressive to see how it's held in place.
Yeah.
So I have an M5 Touring on order. It's supposed to come first quarter of next year.
That I'm really happy that BMW decided to bring the Touring to the States, right? So that's really, it's getting me giddy again, right? On the new models, but we definitely got to work on something together, bro.
Yeah, we can do something
for sure.
Something
Yeah,
unique.
100%. Bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, yeah. So this is the Heritage Series, and
anyways, really nice. No. I was gonna tell Ken that when I met him a year ago. We went to his office, and we were just talking regular business. We were talking about SEMA, and then he was like, "Oh no, I have an E46," and I think he met his wife through the BMW
Yep.
community is
Yep.
what I remember, right?
Yeah, she got
So-
an E46 M3.
So
as well.
another story that we have to tell, right? The BMW, bringing couples together. I think we have a few on our episodes, but it's nice to hear. You still have the E46,
I
right?
still got my E46 M3. She still has hers. It's a 6MT too, so my wife drove 6MT. Imola red. I have an Alpine white. That was our dream cars when we were young, so we bought them, we stored them, and now we have 2 BMW babies now. So we got kids now. So like I said, BMW is a big part of my life. I support you guys. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are killing it. We're always going to be there, MV4s, AL13. You'll see us there for sure every year. Yeah.
Well, listen, a lot of the guys with the new G series are going to MB4s. Their designs, as you saw, were amazing. I have an M5 Touring coming out, so I'm going to be hitting up this gentleman, and we're going to do something soon for that. April 5th.
Yeah.
April 5th.
Well, I'll be there. It'll be my first Beamer Invasion, actually. So, personally,
we got some work to do too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. We're excited, man. We're excited.
Yeah.
Toyo booth. We're looking at this imported Imola Red E36 that got imported from Japan. Coincidentally, the owners are here walking around. He shipped it just for this event, so we're excited to see this car. Of course, we are looking at invasion of Japan ourselves, so likely we'll link up with him and other vendors in Japan and see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, so knowing that this car came from Japan, it is probably my favorite car here, just because attention to detail. This car has probably been resprayed, and the paint job is absolutely immaculate. You guys probably seen this in the previous episode, but 100% this is definitely one of my favorite cars here. But what do you think about it? I love the color because it is a Mola.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this one, the fact that he did, he wrapped the dash, he wrapped the roll cage, and everything is that Alcantara feel inside and out. The engine bay is by far one of the cleanest in the shows. So yeah, very well done. Attention to detail is just beyond belief.
Yeah, and then one big hint, maybe we'll do something to Japan. So we may go there. We may go to Tokyo Auto Salon, right?
Yeah, we're going to Tokyo Auto Salon for sure. And maybe there we'll do some connections and figure out an invasion event in Japan for sure. Very near future. Sam and
Yasiel.
Yasiel?
Yeah.
All right. So they're the owners. I think he built it, right?
We're the builders.
Oh, you both are the
Jason
builders.
owns
Jason
it.
is the owner.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So talk to us about this. What's the inspiration behind it? Who was the mastermind to say, oh yeah, we want to build this?
Yeah, it started with Jason sending us online, Lithuania race car direct page, and he's like, "What do you guys think about this? Should I get it?" We're like, "If you get it, we'll figure out something to do with it."
So we developed these M120 motors quite extensively, so it was like, let's just make it fit. It
Okay.
was supposed to be a budget build. This wasn't supposed to go crazy. But it's actually a GT3 car from over in Europe. Had a decent racing history, and we got it as a shell, so shipped it over.
Okay.
And then it slowly just turned into
Correct.
all of this
A
craziness.
Frankenstein to a
Yeah.
certain extent, right?
pretty
So what engine is in it?
So this is an M120 Mercedes
Okay.
motor. So it's Mercedes V12, but we like I said, there are our rods, our pistons, our heads.
Okay.
Fully developed the dry sump system and like everything on it. We've kind of built up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And why go with a Mercedes engine in a BMW?
We had a customer that wanted to do a set of equal length headers,
Okay.
and instead of taking the motor in and out of his car, we went ahead and picked one up. So we already had one in the shop.
Okay.
We got to put it in something, so we started with his FD, and
Okay.
then since we already started developing everything for it, we kept going, and that's how it ended up in this.
Yeah, and so we're kind of used to like take the rotary out, put in an LS or put in a freaking V12 motor. So like Mercedes BMW is like kind of it's just pissing people off.
And there was an older Mercedes back in the day that had a Pro Charge V12, right?
Yeah, 1939
Okay.
Mercedes race car had a centrifugal crank-driven V12 in it. So back in the day, so this was like just do a late model motor, late model Pro Charger, do the crank drive, and then you notice it's got a lot of Mercedes, Patronus kind of color schemes.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
trying to.
That's cool. It's
hit
like a
some
little
buttons.
twist, right?
Yeah.
Like riding on the edge type
Yeah,
of thing.
Exactly.
So when it comes to this particular vehicle, this is a running vehicle. Is it a street legal vehicle where
Yeah.
you can take it on the street and drive down Florida? And,
Yeah.
Running, driving, has AC, power steering.
Okay.
It's all in the back. It's electric, but that's what he wanted. So
Okay. Cool. So taking away the downtime, how much time does it take to build something like this?
this was 8 months.
Yeah, this was 8 months.
That's not bad.
And that's like we were machining rod bearings for it. Like
Okay.
actually machining rod bearings like a couple of weeks before SEMA. Like
Excellent.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Excellent. So do you guys have more projects like this in the works?
Got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Some secrets. You got some secrets.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're going to be doing some reveals of that stuff April 5th, right? 'Cause I know you're coming out to our invasion event
Yeah.
April 5th in West Palm Beach, which is in your backyard.
Yeah.
So we hope to see this car there.
Mhm.
You there?
All right. And maybe some other surprises. So stay tuned for that. Once again, your shop is located
We're in Loxahatchee.
Loxahatchee.
Yeah.
Right. So listen, man. Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting
Nice
you.
to meet you.
See you April 5th.
See you guys there.
All right, so we got Mr. Daniel M. Life. Daniel,
How's it going?
this is not your first time here at SEMA. What do you think so far?
Man, it's amazing. You guys, it's kind of like Beamer Invasion. If you guys don't make it to one of the events, you guys are missing out on a lot. And same thing with SEMA.
Yeah.
A lot of innovations, a lot of new products, a lot of amazing, beautiful builds. I mean, all the time and effort that people put
yeah.
in to just make all these vehicles look the way that they do. It's definitely worth it if you can make it out here. But if you can't, check out his vlog.
yeah. I'm gonna make sure you guys felt like you were here. But my question to you is, what was your favorite car so far? You've been here for almost 2 days. What was your favorite car?
So that would have to be at the Toyo.
Okay.
Toyo tires.
Mine is too, but which one?
I like the E30.
E30. Okay.
The E30
Okay.
with the
Pickup?
convertible. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that one's
Yeah.
really nice. They did a lot of things to it, a lot of modifications,
Yeah.
center lock wheels.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it's amazing what they put together in a short amount of time, just to make to showcase
To
it for
appease
everyone
it.
to see.
But one thing I'm gonna blow your mind. So that E36 M3,
Oh,
that's from Japan. They shipped it from Japan.
right hand drive.
Yeah,
Yep,
right-hand drive,
yep.
Japanese plates. Supposedly the owner is a big car enthusiast in Japan,
Wow.
and we may do something in Japan. I don't know. We're thinking about it. We may do something in Japan.
You should, because
Yeah.
honestly, Japan has a lot of artists out there, and that's the best way to put it.
I think they have some of the cleanest cars too,
Oh, they
and they
do.
take their fitment.
that E30, you guys check it out. If you guys need to rewind and go back and watch it
Yeah,
again,
that was probably episode 1.
yeah, you guys have to watch that because that car is beautiful inside and out.
Yeah.
Again, there was the Skyline with the
Oh, yeah.
transition.
Oh yeah, it was going from like that burgundy to like that gray, your typical carbon fiber look. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
But anything else to say to people?
Guys, make sure you guys follow Ken, follow the channel, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Turn on your notifications, and also go ahead and join my channel. If you guys are not familiar with it, follow me on Instagram. Guys, this is the guy, and I cannot wait for Beamer Invasion in
West Palm Beach.
West Palm, yes,
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Give you guys a little hint. West Palm Beach is gonna be totally different. It's gonna be an event where you guys are gonna see a different scenery, South Florida, different types of builds,
I can't wait.
and an entire different venue. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about driving out there. That's how crazy I'm thinking about doing.
Driving your car,
I am.
the M3.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the M3. I'll drive the M3. Why not? I just hit 60,000 miles on the M4.
I would not, but okay.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy driving. I enjoy just putting miles. These things
Yeah.
just It's Smiles for Miles.
Yes,
right?
Miles Miles, yeah. Again, just definitely check his channel out. He's been a good supporter and also positive content creator. So, Daniel, I'll see you.
Likewise, Ken. Take
Yep.
care. Happy birthday to his son too.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, so my experience with SEMA 2024 comes to an end. I've been here for 2 days, and within those 2 days, it definitely puts you in your place, right? If you think you have the most badass car out there, you get humbled real quick. I definitely want to thank Ranger at Elite Tuner for allowing us to be an exhibitor with him. It allowed me to get an advantage to take footage for you guys. It also gives me ideas, and also the team at Beamer Invasion ideas of what we could do for the next couple events. It was also good to make connections with some of the vendors and also build relationships with some of the vendors that we normally deal with. But as you can see, there is so much to see there, between automotive detailing products to leading industry, new products on the market. And then there's a whole area of tire brands. There was definitely a lot. And the ones that came up to me and, we chatted a little bit, the ones that watched the channel and, have come to our events at Beamer Invasion. Thank you guys for, supporting us. And I mentioned this before, and it's something that we can probably, be sure about. Car culture is not dead. And I think the opportunity for us to be able to showcase these events for you guys, it really, builds that relationship. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. It's something that you guys should experience. I know it's a long week, right? And maybe some of you guys may not be able to take a long week off from work, but if you're here to experience it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you're able to see a lot of different things that are going on in the industry and also the car world. I was able to see a lot, right? So give you an idea, yesterday I probably walked about almost 9 miles. Today I'm at almost 12 miles, right? And a lot of it was for me to get the footage that I missed yesterday, making sure that I had enough. And also it was good to interview some, brands and some other owners of companies to get them to showcase who they are and how they started, and maybe motivate some of you guys to look into more of their products and also maybe start your own company. But I'm sure I can say this, I will be back next year. It's going to be so much fun to go through this footage. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you could do me a favor, I don't ask this often, hit the like button. It definitely helps my channel. And I will see you guys on the next episode.